Hello guys, this is Ice back with a brand new video. Now, this is the first time I've actually dedicated an entire video to a single boss, although to be fair, I don't think I've done many videos that aren't my Road to 1 build series. Obviously that depends on when you watch this, as if you're watching this a year from now or whatever, and I'm still making videos, which I hope I should be, there could be many others. So I'm making a guide specifically on one rotation of Arraxi, mainly because that's the current rotation and that's what one of my friends wants to learn. The current rotation is 2-3, meaning path 1 is closed, path 2 and 3 are open, meaning that the acid pool is open and so is the darkness. In this video, I actually did live commentary over this, but the audio for some reason wasn't picked up or didn't record or something went wrong, so I'm having to do this afterwards. So a lot of the time it will look like the explanation along with where I'm doing the video will slightly be not synced, and that's the reason why. I've also managed to fix some of my mic issues, so the quality should be a lot better. I would love some feedback on whether that is the case or not. So onto Arraxi. There are 3 different types of Arraxi you can fight. There's a melee version, a range, and a magic. Now, if you enter a kill normally, like a person down there has, it's completely random. You don't know what they're going to be using. If you use a pheromone, it will be whatever you are strongest against, and if you make an instant, it's whatever you're strongest against. Now, personally, I don't like having a pheromone, purely for the fact that if you accidentally click it, that's 3 more down the drain. It's an extra item in your inventory which you have to worry out. I don't know, I just prefer instances. But you know, it's your own personal preference. So I made an instance. I'm using melee, and that means that they will be using range, as melee beats range in the combat triangle. So the first thing you'll be noticing is that there are 3 paths. The top one will be closed with a rock because that's the one that's closed. The middle and the bottom one will have a web over them because they're the ones you can pick. Now the first thing we'll be doing is turning on any auras you have, overloading, and going to the net that you are going to be lighting up to open up the path. Now, I was unsure when I started this video what I was going to go for, but I decided last second I'm not going to do the middle one, I'm going to do the bottom one because I feel it's easy to learn on. So I light that up before I start fighting the kill. Now, as I said before, she'll be using range, so I'm praying it's range. So Arraxi has 3 different abilities that she can use in this rotation, in this phase, despite the rotation. The first one is where she nets me up, as you just saw there, where I have to spam click away to avoid it, to get out of it, otherwise it'll hit me really hard. The other one you just saw there is a swipe, where you have to step away at least 2 squares to avoid it, otherwise it hits you very hard. And the next one is where she puts a web over herself and she heals herself every tick or every few ticks for 1,000 health, and any damage you do to her is not only reflected back at you, but it's also slightly enhanced, should we say, so it's best to avoid that. Now, it's no set order. She doesn't do one and the next, it's completely randomized, and supposedly she can't do more than one skill back to back, so she can't do a swipe then another swipe, but I believe it's wrong. And I believe it's an ability every 5 attacks, so if you get used to that and you count them, it's quite easy to tell. Now, you can't get Arraxi down to 0 health here, as the spiders in the area will heal her back to 10,000 health, and you're having an endless fight here. And then the health you keep her on will be added on to how much she's healed in phase 3, as you'll see later on, so we'll get her down nice and low before we move on. I get her down to about 11,000 health before I move on, 11,900 as you saw, and then we move on. Now, in this phase, you do not fight Arraxi directly. She will be shooting her attacks from a distance, and if they are a green sparkly one, they are a magic one. If it's a grey one, it is a ranged one. Plus, the entire area will be darkened, and you'll be taking 50 damage from the first tick, then 100, then 150. I believe it caps at 500. The only other thing to notice is that Arraxi will put down a bomb coming after you, and that will go towards you, and there'll be 3 eggs somewhere. The damage you take is 3,000, going down by 900 I think it is, for every single egg that is hit. But doing this will increase Arraxi's Enrage. I'll explain that in the third phase. So your two choices are to either move the bomb to the eggs and blow them up and take less damage yourself and increase your Enrage, or take the bomb, hit for 3000 true damage, and have 3 random spiders spawn. When it's lower in rage and you can deal with her being a bit stronger, I would blow the eggs up every time, but that's just me. Now if you saw there, I had to pick up, down, left or right on my keyboard based on her movements. If her arms go to your right / her left, you press the right button on your keyboard. I usually spam this just to make sure. If her legs go to the left, you spam left. If they go together, you press down. If they go apart, you press up. If you can remember that, it's fairly simple. Now if you mess up, she hits you for about 3,000 or 4,000 damage and does a quarter of the wall's health. If you do it successfully, you take 0 damage and she does half the wall's health. So we have to dance around here for a bit, waiting for her to charge down us twice to break down the wall for us to be able to move on to the third phase. So it's more the same really, just waiting for the light to move so I can go kill that spider, and then I can move on a bit. The light actually moves to the side of the spider, which is less than ideal, but you know, we make do with what we've got. So I quickly go over there, 2-hit kill the spider, and just stand in the light, and luckily quite shortly after that I get charged by Arraxi. So we can see that interface pop up again where you have to do the dodge. Now I'd have liked to have been her legs apart or together, that sounds wrong, for me to be able to dodge it better and to show you the differences, but unfortunately I got the exact same one twice, and you know, you get what you get. Now the third phase is quite unique. This is where the other path can also have effects. So as we are 2-3, which is the rotation, you get effects from the second and third phase. Now from the third phase is just the darkness that you actually have to worry about. Then the second phase, firstly there's that highly acidic spider. You have to lure 4 of these, I think it is, into Arraxi. The way you do that is you click on it, then you move either under or behind Arraxi, and which is shown quite a lot. She also does the 3 abilities from the first phase, which are the swipe, the entangle on you, and the web over herself. The last thing to worry about is the thing we call an insta-kill spider, which is where she'll do what looks like a ranged attack, and that will fly to somewhere and land on the ground and make a small green puddle. A spider will jump out of this and run at you at lightning fast speed, or slow, it's quite random, and if it hits you, there's a 90% chance it's an insta-kill, and like a 10% chance it does like 7,000 damage or something. So avoid it at all costs. I didn't actually get one this kill, so I can't quite show it, but it's just something to be worried about. Also, that 11,000 damage we didn't do at the first phase, but what we couldn't do, has to move to this phase, so we have to do 11,000 damage, she'd be healed that, and then we have to do the whole 100,000 damage. Now, the other symbol you will notice is the red one. That one shows that she has some form of enrage, which caused from us blowing up her eggs with her own fireball. The 2 ways you can build up enrage without doing a whole kill is having her swipe her own babies, because you can imagine if you have a mother kill her own child, she's going to be slightly pissed off. Same with bombing her own babies, but also piss her off. Also, whenever you do a new kill, after you've successfully done one, the enrage goes up by 25% at the start each time, so 25, 50, 75, until it caps at 300%, which is her highest enrage. So at this stage, I've done all the acidic spiders. There's no more health for her to gain, so I just need to deal with the darkness bit, the 3 things from the start, and her insta-kill spider, and just get her health down to 0. That's all there really is to it. And then we move on to phase 4, which is where being melee really helps. So what you're meant to do if you're magical range is stay at the distance and pray flick, because she will attack you with either magic or range. Whatever one you pray against, she'll hit you with the other one. So you've got to go magic range, magic range, magic range, and just kill her. or at least there's a bit more complicated than that, but that's the gist of it. I just like doing that because it feels slow, it feels intensive, and I don't know, I just don't really like it. So with melee, we play against magic, so she uses range on us, and obviously range against melee, it doesn't do as much damage as you'd really think. So I'll quickly explain the fourth phase, and I'll let the video show the rest. So in the fourth phase, you go to Arraxi, and Arraxi has 100,000 health. Arraxi can do the darkness from here. Sorry about that. She can do the darkness that you just seen now. She can do the swipe, she can do the web, and she can do the entangle, just a stronger version of them all. At 50,000 health, she loses all of those abilities, literally all of them, but she attacks either 1.5 times faster or 2 times faster. I don't actually know the actual amount. At 25,000 health, she releases this dark core which will start jumping around, and it will eventually land on you, doing toughness damage to you really hard and really fast. A lot of people, when they're learning, think they should just run around and avoid it the entire time, which is bad, because eventually it will land on you, even if you're constantly moving. And the more you dodge it, the harder and harder it is. It builds up and it will hit you. So if you dodge it lots, when it lands on you, it will insta-kill you. So the way you deal with it is either you kill her before it lands on you, which you'll see me do, I think, or when it lands on you, you let it hit you once and move away. Now, one thing I need to stress here, a lot of people, in fact, two things I need to stress. Firstly, don't start the kill how I did there by moving near Arraxi, even if you're melee, because there's a bit of a, I'm going to call it a glitch at the moment, where when she lands on you, you get stunned, and if you get stunned and she swipes you, that can be an instant KO. It is nasty. Luckily, I remembered right after she stunned me that what was happening, so I freed him and ran. So another one is, even if she's on 1,000 health and that core landed on you, don't try and just out DPS it. Move to the side and then finish off the kill. It's far too easy for you to think, oh, it's just one more hit till she dies, or 2 more hits till she dies. I can tank the core. You can't. Trust me, you can't. It is so goddamn strong. It is unbelievable. So what you'll see me do is at about 25,000 health, about 30,000 health, I will onslaught. Now, if you don't have onslaught, I would be berserking around the stage. I would be using my adrenaline flask. I'd be assaulting around 27,000 health and really hope she dies. So you'll see I onslaught here, and it says there she unleashed a that thing jumping around. I got a bit low health, so I started eating up, and I killed her as it was about to land on me. So that was a fairly standard kill, fairly easy, you know, and I got some decent loot. Now, you can choose to bank it all, which goes to the bank, take all your inventory, abandon, which is for people who are idiots, or pet chance, where you sacrifice your entire loot to get another chance at a pet. Now bear in mind, you don't have to do this to get a pet, you can get one without actually doing the pet chance. If you take any of that loot before doing the pet roll, you will lose all of the you will lose it all for a chance for the pet. So I do that just for the sake of science and just for the sake of showing what it looks like. I'm above the threshold for the pet drop, so I have a better chance of doing it than normal, so I need to roll a 0 to get the pet. And what do I roll? A 486. So nearly as bad as you can get. I lost all my loot and I got nothing out of it. Hopefully this helps you with the first few kills. Hopefully it will inspire you to get some Arraxi in, and I sure as hell hope you get better luck than I do. See you next time. Goodbye.